Today, I pretty badly injured my hand because glass shattered all over my palm. And so this is the video where I do the entire story time about my hospital visit. And despite the fact I really hurt myself, this was actually a lot funnier than I thought it would be. By the way, every video that you see on this channel is streamed live on Twitch. So if you want to see these whilst they happen live, then follow my Twitch channel. Enjoy! Hi! Hello. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the stream. Hello. Hi. Hey. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. I fucked my hand yesterday. Whoa, whoa, that sounds really bad. No, as in like, my hand, it got fucked up yesterday. Yo! No. Ignore me. Stop looking at me. Guys! Yo! Yo! Oh! Yes. My hand hurts quite a bit, but we're here. We are fucking here with the freaking story time. We are freaking fucking here. We are fucking here. Oh my freaking god.
I fucked my hand yesterday. Gay guy with a bandage. Say yo, lol. Okay, bye, loy.
I didn't say that, by the way. I did not say that I fucked my hand yesterday.
Oh, I got a little boo-boo on my hand and it hurts now. Whump, whump. Oh, silly sausage.
Bro, like, you guys are so fucking annoying.
No, haha, don't die. You're so sexy.
Thanks. So, how is everyone? This guy is acting like he just came back from war. Honestly, I don't want to be that guy, but I think when I explain it to you guys, I don't think you guys are going to be making as many jokes as you are. I'm not going to lie. It was not as funny as it looks. It's nice that it's kind of cleaned up now. Thank you for the gifted sub. But, well, why don't we just get into it? Why don't I just explain to you what happened? Okay? So, yesterday, was getting ready for my stream. I was getting ready to stream. And I was having dinner. And whilst I was preparing dinner, I thought, I'm gonna wash the dishes. Like a normal person. Okay? So as the chicken is cooking, I'm washing the dishes, right? Bro. This is how it all starts, okay? I actually have a, no, before I even explain it, I gotta get the picture. Because I actually took a picture of what happened. What was for dinner? It was it was chicken and rice and cucumber. It was quite nice. Well, I didn't get to have it, but, like, I have it a lot. I was quite excited for it, actually. How did you let the glass beat you up? Vio, I got something to show you. Look who added me on Discord. This one's just for you, Vio. Your worlds are colliding right in front of you. Okay. Right. I was washing the dishes like normal. I have washed the dishes hundreds of times, right? Thousands of times. It's kind of a nothing burger. And I'm sure you guys have washed a cup before. You put your hand inside of the cup and spin with a sponge. Okay? I had my hand inside of the cup, and the cup I don't know, from the pressure, from the heat of the water. I don't know what happened, but the cup shattered whilst my hand was inside of it, right? Okay. And you can actually... I dropped the cup immediately. You can actually see how it still was. I was holding the cup on the yellow side of the sponge, okay? I was holding it, and this glass shard broke and cut upwards on my palm whilst my hand was inside of it. Okay? And I was like... Immediately, I thought to myself, this is really bad. You know how I knew it was really bad? Because the tap was fully... This is... by the way, there's going to be a lot of gross descriptions today. So if you hate that, then maybe don't watch this stream. But I knew that this was bad because the water was pouring from my tap and there was more blood than water. It was gushing blood out of the cut faster than my tap could drain it. Okay? Immediately, my hand is sliced open. The first thing I think is, I need to keep my hand under the tap, okay? So I'm like, Molly, Molly, Molly. I start screaming Molly's name. I was like, Molly, come here now. I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs. She comes from upstairs. My hand is like still cleaning itself under the tap. Molly gets band-aids. And we do like a surgical procedure. She gets paper. Because obviously you have to dry a cut before you put a bandage on it. So I'm like there, hand under the thing. I take out my hand. She goes in. Then she puts a fucking a band-aid on it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's done. Bro, there is so much blood that the... Okay, hello.
My man Blood is acting like he nearly died. He just had a Lyle scratch. This is so not Skybidi Toilet.
Thank you, man. Thank you for the power. So there's a freaking band-aid on it. It gets completely drenched in blood. Blood starts spouting out of the sides of the glue, you know? So she puts another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one, until there's no longer blood spouting out of my hand, right? And then she gives me a huge... Ow, my hand hurts. I'm sure you saw on my Instagram story, if you're a MaxGGs follower. Oh wait, the Instagram story is gone. I had like an entire paper towel wrapped around my hand, right? And like I was holding it like this the whole time to make sure I was keeping as much pressure as possible and all that stuff. So my hand is still bleeding. Like I can feel it bleeding out whilst I'm walking around. So this is actually like MaxGGs 1000 IQ. I start holding my hand like this to make sure that there's always blood flowing to my fingers so I don't start losing circulation in them. And I'm holding my hand like this, walking. I walk all the way to my closest walk-in clinic, right? Because I'm thinking, surely they can fix me. I walk all the way there with Molly. I get there and they say, we can't do anything. And I'm like, you walked? It wasn't that far. It was like 10 minutes, like 5 minutes, something like that, right? The Uber would have taken longer, I promise you. Thank you for the 13 months.
Does it still really hurt? Or does it feel a bit better?
It feels better, but sometimes it's like a really sharp pain. Okay? Should have phoned 111. I'm not gonna lie, Martin Holland. Blood was spouting out of my hand. I just wanted to see a doctor immediately. I did not care to call 111. They told me to go to the emergency fucking hospital, whatever. So we booked an Uber. Oh my god, stop sending me parrots.
Max, can you hold your hand up for like 10 seconds if possible? I want to try something.
You want to stop trying to make fan art of my fucking hand. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I get into the walk-in clinic, and they tell me, I'm sorry, we can't do anything, you have to go to A&E. So we book an Uber, okay? I can't even describe to you. This was like a fucking comedy sketch. The Uber was 1 minute away. We walk outside to where the drop-off point was. Turns out our drop-off point was inside of a bus parking section. And there was 5 buses in this one-way road parked up in front of each other. And each of them had to take on passengers before they were allowed to drive away. My Uber was the 5th car. I was there with my hand dripping blood on the side of the road. And I had to wait for 5 buses to move. Anyways, I get into this Uber. The Uber, bless his heart, didn't drop me to A&E. He dropped me about 300 meters away from it. So I still had to walk to the front door. Okay. By the way, as I'm driving in the Uber... Bro, I can't even describe to you, like, why would he do this? John A. FaceTimed me. And he goes, is it true? Bro, like, John A., my hand is, like, spouting blood. And you're rage baiting. He's like, bro, I guess you're not going to be able to stream today. No. No, I actually can't stream today, Dry. No, haha. And he was like, bro, I don't know, man. I hope you're okay. And I'm like, sharp, dude. I put down the phone, right? I make it to A&E. I finally walk in. There's a big queue, but it's not too bad. Okay, I wait for like 2 people to get checked in, and then I go up to the desk, and I'm like, hello. My hand is spouting blood. I cut it 15 minutes ago with gloss. And she goes, okay, what is your name? I'm like, Max, blah, 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 blah. She goes, have you ever been here before? I'm like, not here. Like, I've never been to this A&E. And she goes, okay. Because on the register, there's somebody with your surname. She goes, is your name Jude? Firstly, I think, why has Jude been to A&E? Jude is my twin, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know. Secondly, I go, no, Jude is my twin. I'm sorry about that. She goes, oh, that's so funny. I'm like, yeah, my hand is bleeding. It's not that funny. And then she's like, okay, well, let me get you checked in. She checks me in, whatever. Then she's like, here's your wristband. You can go and sit down now. I look down at my phone. Thank you for the 100 bits. My phone is 4%. Because I forgot to plug it in whilst I was sleeping. Because I fell asleep. Like, you know when you fell asleep just when you hit the bed? Like, you don't do your routine? That's what happened to me. So my phone was, like, dead, right? And in my last moments, who did I think to call? I called my lovely mother. I called my mother because she works in the NHS. And I wanted to know what would happen, right? I said, Mum, I'm in A&E. I just sliced my hand with glass. She goes, what? I'm like, yeah. Please, yeah. Just tell me what's gonna happen. And I'm like, okay, so this happened and this happened and this happened. She goes, oh my god. Now I realize my mum would have been very scared. Because when I was 8 years old, my mum, this is a graphic description again, by the way, I'm just gonna let you know. My mum was cutting a cucumber and sliced her finger and cut one of her finger's tendons off. So she couldn't use her finger anymore. Okay? So the first thing that she asked me was, can you move your finger? And I start going like this. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, okay, good. I think you haven't cut a tendon. But make sure that when you get in there, that you ask them for... you ask them to make sure to check your tendon. And also, she said, I think you're gonna need stitches. Don't worry, Max. All they have to do is put a syringe into your hand and then stitch it up. And I'm like, okay, Mum. And she says, Max, make sure that you remember to ask if the stitches are dissolvable or not. And I was like, I guess I will. Because that means, like, whether or not they're gonna go away, right? Whatever. Anyways, my phone goes to 1%. I said, Mum, I love you. I'm gonna go now. She goes, bye. And I put down the phone. Okay, so immediately, I'm not having the best time. Thank you for the 4 months. But I think to myself, I remember in year 9, okay, promise this is gonna go to somewhere. In year 9, you get that vaccine that kills your arm. And they tell you to not faint if you're squeamish. You need to have sugar. So I think to myself, I need sugar. I need sugar. I need sugar somehow. So I'm like, Molly, I need you to find the vending machine. I send Molly to the vending machine to get me a sugary drink. She comes back after 5 minutes. The vending machine is broken. Okay. So I'm like, well, guess that's not happening. So, hello.
Your mother was acting like you would die, which is a bit rude. But hey, you didn't die. That is so skibidi from Ohio with plus 110 trillion Riz.
Never send me another power again. Thank you, though. So, I didn't get my sugary drink, but there was still some hope in this world, because I realized that next to me was one of those things that sells power banks to rent, okay? You can rent a power bank. So I go up there, genuinely, mind you, okay, it didn't always look like this. I didn't always have a cast or whatever. I was there with my wrapped hand. Okay, I definitely can't press that. I was with my wrapped hand. I go up to rent a power bank. Bro, apparently the power banks are like £2 to rent. It says that the basket is £40. Who the, like, I don't know how the fuck they managed to put like 30 power banks in it. But I'm like, well, I'm not spending £30 on this, so I'm not doing that. The next thing I think, swear to God, I thought to myself, well, Molly's got a phone and I'm bored. And this is how you know. People say I have L hunger. People say that I cancel streams. I thought to myself, it's time to IRL stream. Okay? So I'm like, let's try and stream. I realized very quickly, you can't do that. Because on the wall, it said, you cannot film or take pictures in this room. So I didn't do that. Okay.
Max be like, stop giving me money. I'm so sad, please stop giving me money. Bro, don't you have a hospital bill to pay now?
I'm not joking.
Let us support
Stop
you,
giving me money.
asshole.
Okay. So, I'm in A&E. I don't have a phone. I can't IRL stream. I can't call my mum. I can't have a drink. I'm literally nothing. I am nothing. I'm just sat there talking to Molly, and she's like, how's your hand? And I'm like, it hurts. Okay. So, I'm sat there for quite a while, probably like an hour, and then they finally call me. They say, MaxGGs? And I'm like, huh, we got a viewer over here. No, they didn't say that. They said Max, and I stood up, and I went to the triage I don't know what that word means, but I read it on the sign as I was walking in. And I sit down, and he goes, "Hello, Max, what's wrong?" I say, I was washing a cup, and the glass shattered on my hand, and it sliced up my hand, and I don't have any allergies, and I have a heart condition. And he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna transfer you to the hospital." He's like, "I think that you need to see a nurse." Were you not in hospital? I was, but I was in...
To make you feel better to win.
Thank you for the £1. I was in accidents and emergency, and they transferred me to, like, the nursing unit, which is, you know, more intense. So they brought me to, like, this second nursing A&E thing, and they sit me in the waiting room. Right? Little did I know, I would be here for a while. And I actually met a person that was the person that was in front of me when I was queuing for the to be checked into the hospital. They also had a finger injury, but they had scraped their hand on a rusty metal slab. Right? So obviously they were very scared that they were going to have tetanus. I was like, how did that happen? They were like, I was hanging out in an abandoned building with my friends, and we were sword fighting with rusty metal. I was like, well, I wish that my reason was that fun. I was cleaning a glass. Then we get onto the topic, what do you do for work? They're like, I'm a bartender who cleans cups. And I'm like, oh my god, this is my nightmare. Everyone has a job about my injury. I'm like, okay. They're like, what do you do for work? I'm like, oh, I'm a Twitch streamer, you know. At this point, I just want to be distracted, so I'm just going to tell them the truth. They're like, oh, no way. I used to love watching J-Schlatt on Twitch. I was like, oh, J-Schlatt. Oh my god. They were like, and I love watching Pyrocynical. I didn't even mention that I was in a Pyrocynical video. I was like, no way. They were like, how many Twitch followers do you have or something? I was like, oh, this many. But it's cool because my viewership has gone up quite a bit recently because I've become friends with these people from Quackity's Minecraft server. And they were like, oh, I think I know. I like kind of know Quackity. And I was like, yeah. He's like Schlatt's friend. And anyways, he's like, what is your Twitch username? I'm like, MaxGGs. Then like an hour later, he says, I feel like maybe once I heard your username. So, you know, I have Aura, by the way, in this A&E. I do have Aura. And they're telling me about how they like Silent Hill, about how he's on hormones. I was like asking him all about his hormones and all that shit. Just like, you know, I was interested. We were making a little conversation. And then we start waiting and waiting and waiting. I'd already waited an hour in A&E. I have been here 2 hours and nothing's happened. Neither me or him have gone to the nurse. And I can feel my hand is bleeding, but also starting to slow down a little bit. Which is nice. We're there, waiting and waiting and waiting, and a guy comes in and immediately gets rushed in before us. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? You know? Why can he be rushed in and I can't? I wonder what's wrong with him. And then I start hearing... And I look up and I see a familiar sign. I see this sign. please remove all jewellery from when Average Harry had a ring stuck on his finger. And I realised there is a man getting a ring sawed off his finger in the other room. That's what that noise is. It's a grinder. Okay. And I'm asking myself, a ring is not that serious, you know? What is happening over there? Bro, this guy had a titanium ring that wrapped around his entire finger. I'm just gonna skip a little bit of the lore. By the time my hospital visit was done, he still hadn't left. And he went 2 hours before me. Poor guy said that the ring cost... He said it cost £20. He said he would have spent £20 to not have it on his finger anymore. I was like, yeah, bro. I understand why. I'm there for like 2 more hours. It's like, I got in at like 6:30 p.m.-ish, and I left at like 10 p.m. Okay? So I'm there for like another 2 hours. Hand is still bleeding. No, at this point it's kind of dried up a bit, right? I can feel that it's not bleeding anymore. I get in there. The nurse calls me up. She says, Max? I'm like, hello? Oh my god, ow. Fuck. Sorry. I had like a pain spike. She's like, Max? Yes, hello, nice to meet you. She says, so sorry for the wait. There's a guy getting his finger sawed off. I'm like, what? She was like, the ring. I was like, okay, yeah, makes sense. And then she's like, I'm like, don't worry. My mum works in the NHS, so I understand about the waiting. And she's very fun. That's what I realized. She's very fun. She's having a good time with me. She sits down and she's like, so tell me what happens. And I'm like, I'm cleaning a glass, and then it shattered in my hand and sliced up my finger. She's like, wow, that's really bad. I'm like, yeah. No, yeah, I know. She's like, did it shatter or did it break? And I was like, thankfully it didn't shatter. She was like, thank God, because if not, we would have had to x-ray your hand to see if there was glass in there. And I was like, yep. That's good. I'm glad that we didn't have to do that. Then she's like, okay, I'm gonna have to take this shit off of your... Do you have a photo of the cut? I do not, but I can describe it later. She's like, I'm gonna have to get you to take off all of your stuff. I'm there. It's like one of the most gross feelings, having to take off a plaster on a, on like a cut. It feels gross. Like that pulling feeling, I like hate that. Right, so I have to do that like 7 times because I have like 7 plasters on. I look and everything is red. So I'm like, wow, I was bleeding for a while. Everything is red. Everything is like dark red. Like, and then sometimes even purple, which I knew was bad, right? I take it all off and she looks at the cut and she says, wow, that's pretty bad. But it's starting to like make a crust. Like it's starting to cover up a little bit. So hopefully you won't need stitches. And I'm like, let's fucking go. I'm like, yes. By the way, my mum asked me to ask you if I've cut one of my tendons off. And she's like, don't worry, I'm gonna check for that. She starts pouring this liquid on this, like, little plate. And I go, is the antiseptic gonna hurt? And she pauses for a second, and then she looks up at me and she goes, this is water. I was like, oh, okay. Never mind. She's like, I just have to clean the wound before I do anything to it. I'm like, cool. So as she's cleaning my wound, she's like, what do you do for work? I was like, I'm a comedy YouTuber. She was like, wow, you're a vlogger. Like, that is, like, kind of old school, isn't it? And I'm like, no, I'm a Twitch streamer. Do you know what that is? She's like, kind of. I'm like, it's like Instagram Live, but horizontal. She's like, oh. Right. She's like, what do you talk about? I was like, tomorrow I'm going to talk about this. And then I look at my hand, which is not looking good. And I said, do you think I'm going to be able to use a mouse? And she's like, can you move your fingers like this? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I think you're going to be able to use a mouse. And she's like, cool. Well, I'm going to have to open the wound. And she grabs tweezers. And I'm like, okay. She grabs these plastic tweezers, and her job is to split the cut apart. Okay? So I'm like, okay. I'm just gonna look away. So I look away, and I decide that I'm gonna try and distract myself while she's opening my hand up. And I'm like, so what is the worst thing that you've seen whilst working here? But it was like, I asked it in a funny way, like I wanted a funny answer. And as she's cutting my hand open, she goes, well, there was a guy that came in like 2 years ago with a metal cock ring stuck around his cock, and they had to saw it off. And I'm like, that is actually a really good thing for you to say. Like, I'm glad that you said that whilst my finger is being sliced open. And in that immediate moment, all I can think of is, I really need to ask this question. Like, I was actually interested. Is it better to be erect or not to get a ring sliced off? You know? Because I always thought about this. Is it, if you get a tattoo on your dick, is it better to be erect or not? Like, I'm not, but I didn't ask her. I didn't ask it, but I was really thinking that a lot. Is that not a good question, though? Like, that is something that we all think about. We all do. Ow, my hand hurts. Anyways, she's sliced my hand open, and I can feel her peeling back my skin. And she goes, well, I'm glad to tell you that you haven't cut through any tendons. And I'm like, yes. I assume that's fine. I look at my hand, it's going spouting out dark red blood. I'm like, okay. She's like, because the cut is deep but not wide, I just have to glue it together. And I swear to God, I actually felt like such a kid. I was like, my mum asked me to ask you, is the glue dissolvable? She goes, yes, it will be gone in a few days. And I'm like, good. She was like, what kind of things do you talk about in your streams? I'm like, this tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about this. And then she has to like, she's like, wow, the cut is actually bleeding a lot. I don't think I'm gonna be able to glue it yet. I think I need to do a special thing first. I'm like, really? So she's like, I need to get this special thing that will like stop the bleeding temporarily so I can glue your finger back. And I'm like, okay. So she gets this thing, she puts it on my hand and whatever. And then she wraps it up. And then she goes, you like attention, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, I'm gonna wrap it down your wrist as well so it looks worse. So what I actually need is this bit, not this bit, but she wrapped it down my wrist as well. She's like, so all of your friends can feel bad for you and buy you drinks. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. So the cut is... It's higher than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was like this, but the cut is actually more like at the back of the knuckle of my index finger, which isn't the nicest place to be cut, but it's like that. It's like cut down the side of my hand, right? You might be able to see it. There's like a bulging point on the side of my hand, and that's where the cut is. It's like here. Okay? And, it's pretty deep. It's like this long, the cut, but it's like probably like between a half a centimeter and a centimeter deep. Like, it was pretty bad. It was pretty ugly. Can you still zero cycle? I know this is weird, but I was so bored yesterday. I hopped on MCSR ranked practice map, and I think I hit 23 plus 2s in a row with my fucked up hand. Do you think it's gonna scar? Yeah. I think it's gonna be pretty bad. But like, it's fine. It's okay. So yeah, the cut was pretty bad, but you know, at least I have this fun cast now. I'm not gonna lie, it was probably one of the worst injuries I've ever incurred. At least, like, aftermath, not that bad. But whilst it was happening, it was fucking terrifying. Bro, like, I can't even describe to you what it's like seeing your hand open under a tap, gushing blood. It was like... I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? And then I get home, and I open Twitter, and fucking Harry is using my tweet where I'm spouting blood to promote his stream! Bro! Fuck you! Genuinely! Yeah, the doctor said that I need to have bandages on my hand for 5 days. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but, you know, you don't have to say that you have, but my hair is a little bit greasy. She told me that I wasn't allowed to shower with my first day of bandages. And, apparently, I'm gonna have to shower. This is, like, not a joke. Imagine this is the shower door. I'm gonna have to shower with one of my arms out of the thing. So I have to shower with only my left hand. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. You can wrap a plastic bag over it. Wait, that's kind of tech. Wait, I might do that. I thought we all stopped showering multiple times in a month. Well, I haven't showered in June, so I'm still clear. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get to stream yesterday. I was really excited to, but Oh my god, wait, before I even talk about how sad I was to not stream, I sleep in the Superman position. I kept waking myself up because I was lying on my hand and hurting myself. It hurts so bad. But it is so like... Bro, I'm such a fucking wimp. I hurt my hand.
Next IRL stream is Max and Molly taking a British Red Cross first aid course.
Thank you for the £5.
If you can get the rest of the Brighton group to attend.
I actually have taken that before. I took it in school. I am certified. So I can actually do that. When can we do the segment from yesterday? I'll do it sometime.
Honestly,
Oh!
this seems like an L situation to be in.
Yes.
Much love.
Thank you for the £2.50. Much love. But yeah, I tried IRL streaming in A&E. They didn't let me. What even was yesterday's segment? I wanted to rank, because obviously I got high at the start of the month. I took 7 tokes of a bad Linu blunt. I now have authority on who I would like to get high with. So I was thinking about ranking streamers that I would... Ranking streamers based on how likely I am to get high with them, you know, what would happen. But I'll probably do that some other time. Yeah. Ranking chatters after streamers? You guys were fucking... I would have a panic attack if I had to smoke with any of you. But yeah, I'm okay now, but my hand does really hurt. But, like, I'm gonna be okay. I was really scared. I was really scared that I wasn't gonna be able to use a mouse. Like, I know that sounds cringe, but, like, this is my job and everything that I do. So, to, like, not be able to use a mouse would be very bad. I genuinely, as I was in the emergency room, I thought to myself, I'm gonna have to do a month of IRL or some shit. If I can't use a mouse. Like, what am I gonna do? You could have become left-handed? No, bro, no. I couldn't do that. But yeah, I'm okay. John A was rage baiting though. I did see he announced his subathon, by the way. Now I can finally reveal that John A said... I'm so confused what this means. He said that we are stealing all of your mods? Oh my god, no! What?
Have you tried not being in pain?
Yes, I have. Thank you for the £2.50. What was I gonna say? Yeah, John A said that we're doing a segment on his subathon that he can't tell me about. I'm sorry, but I didn't accept that. Firstly, I didn't accept to be on his subathon. Secondly, what is he talking about? Like, what are we doing? We're doing the dishwashing segment. Oh my god! By the way, when I called my mum, she said, Why did you buy such thin glasses that they can shatter in your hand? I was like, the glass is not thin. Like, this is not a thin glass. This is quite thick. Like, when I drop it on the table, it makes like a thud. I was like, I was not using a thin glass. Now, I'm going to buy the most premium, thick glasses ever. I'm no longer gonna have... Bro, burn these fucking glasses. I'm not using them anymore. Fuck that, bro. I'm spending all the money I make from this stream on buying glasses. I don't care. Use plastic cups? No, I don't like plastic cups. But yeah, I hurt my hand. One in chat if you feel really bad for me. Thank you for the 6 months. By the way, I know that MCSR World Champs is happening today, but I will not be streaming the today's matches. I will not be streaming them because today is like it's like not the important day. Tomorrow is the important day. I know that Hax is playing one match later, I'm pretty sure. If he loses, we're gonna have to cheer for Infium tomorrow. But let's just hope that he wins. And so, we have Hax to support tomorrow. But I will be co-streaming the whole event tomorrow. All the, bracket matches. Whoops. Wrong song. Yeah. I will be streaming that. By the way, tomorrow's stream will be 10 hours long. I I forgot to mention that. The tournament watch party is 10 hours. Yeah. So, if you want to watch some streams, I will be live tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to really keep streaming today. I'm just going to keep resting my hand. And also, I need to find some food from somewhere because I couldn't eat because I can't wash the dishes. So, I'm going to figure out something to do. But yeah, I'm just not going to keep streaming today, but tomorrow I'll be streaming 10 hours. On Monday, I'm playing a horror game on Quabby's channel, and then on Tuesday, I can't reveal to you what it is, but I think you're going to get the gist of what it is because I can't reveal to it. I am playing a game with some fun people. Hopefully, it should be on Tuesday. Right now, Tuesday has the most votes. I'm playing a game on Tuesday with some other streamers who I'm sure you are familiar with. Mecha Chameleon with KTB. I can't tell you whether or not that is the case, but yes, I was invited to a cool lobby. So on Tuesday, I have something fun to stream, and then, you know, we'll do a bunch of other shit. I am thinking next weekend, I'm gonna do the stream where anyone can change my Twitch title, by the way. I'm gonna do that. See what you guys come up with. Also, oh, I did see this, by the way. I reposted it on TikTok.
Also, what do you guys know about MaxGGs?
Mm-hmm.
Met him 2 nights ago. Top bloke.
Yes! Yes! Thank you.
And we've been chatting about streaming together at some point. He messaged... Because apparently he's good at Minecraft.
Well, I actually didn't say that, by the way. I didn't tell him I was good at Minecraft.
I met Tubbo as well. Tubbo was at the same event.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, you guys are all familiar and all very positive stuff.
I have aura! I have aura! They know me!
Okay. He might make me less bad at Minecraft.
So yeah, I was thinking maybe me and Arthur can do a stream where I teach him Minecraft, or maybe we speedrun Minecraft together and get him like his first ever Ender Dragon kill. You know? Something fun like that. Alright, everyone. Sorry for the short stream. I gotta go. But tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow is the MCSR World Champs. It starts at 4. I'm gonna be streaming at 4:30 p.m. BST. Okay, so 2 hours earlier than my usual stream time, and we will be streaming from my brain doesn't work. From like 4 p.m. till 2 a.m. No, from 4 p.m. till 3 a.m. Something like that. Thank you all so much. Go and say hello to my friend 7Ral. Thank you for all the donos today. Are you watching with Ral tomorrow? Maybe. We could do a little watch party together. Yeah. Thank you all so much. Tomorrow we will have the green screen. I will be playing inside of the matches like I did for the boxing match. And yeah. Thank you all so much. I will see you all very soon. Thank you for all the donos and stuff. Drop a follow if you're new. See you soon, alright? Bye-bye!